So 2021 seems to be shaping up in a similar fashion as last year. Most people are still working from home, and a ton of you keep asking me about my workflow and my current setup down here in the studio, so I figured I'd go ahead and make this video for you guys. This is going to be my first of many desk setup videos I will be creating for all of you. I have multiple different sets that I use, so hopefully this one can give you some insight on how I keep my day productive and streamlined. Me and my friends talked about this and agreed that once the genie's out of the bottle, it's kind of hard to put him back in. I don't see many people going back to working in an office anytime soon. Especially now with companies seeing how much money they can save by having their entire workforce just work remotely, it doesn't really make sense to bring people back into the office. I will be doing a game room setup tour as well for you guys, along with a ton of giveaways. So if this is something that you're interested in, I know a ton of you guys keep asking me for it, all you have to do is like this video, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to this channel. Now I find it much easier to use Instagram as the main platform to do giveaways with this channel. It makes it easier to tag people, find people, people can send me DMs with their comments. It just makes everything so much easier for me, which is why I use that as my main platform when I'm doing giveaways on this channel. For the setup in terms of aesthetic, I went with a stealth black look, throwing some gray off the walls for contrast. The space is very large, which is one of the main reasons I'm not using a stand-up desk in this scenario, for the simple fact that I couldn't find one big enough. Not to mention, I don't trust any stand-up desks to hold this massive custom PC build that I have on it. So like most, I created my own. The foundation of this desk sits on two black Alex drawers that provide a ton of space to store all my tech goodies that I don't need on a regular basis. As a content creator, we all know that you can never have enough space and storage, so this was an easy choice for me. The countertop I'm using is a Saljan counter that comes in at almost 100 inches in length. Like the Alex drawers, you can pick up both from IKEA. It's super sturdy and has this nice black marble effect to add to the overall aesthetic of the build. Starting at the top of this setup, I have these two black print layouts of my favorite stealth marbles. We have both the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird and the McDonnell Douglas FA-18 Hornet. They complement the look of this setup well and was one of the first things I implemented before I actually started going for this look. Starting on the left side, we have the Netgear Nighthawk Advanced 8-port gigabit switch, helping me streamline fiber internet throughout the entire studio and game room. It has 8 ports on the back, making it a breeze for me to handle multiple different networks, uploading and streaming 4K and 8K video files while giving me low latency and port priority at the same time. Its sleek and modern look makes it a perfect fit for the overall feel that I'm trying to create, and I can't compliment this switch enough. The outer layer looks like a spaceship and it's coated in a matte black color finish with fully customizable LEDs that you can go ahead and play with, along with the other settings in its dedicated software. Next to the switch, we have my 11-inch iPad Pro that acts as a fantastic second screen for me when I want to keep up to date with my current stocks that I'm day trading without having to open up the Thinkorswim app on my actual desktop. When I'm editing videos or taking up on other tasks, it makes it such a nice addition for me to just glance over and see what's going on, or even catch up on my favorite sports or shows without having to turn around or stray too far away from the current project at hand. For audio, we have the Bose Companion 2 Series 3 speakers. They are super cheap, they come in at only $100 and fit my space perfectly. I didn't want to go ahead and spend a ton of money on speakers for this particular setup when I prefer using headphones to listen to my video files when editing. Not to mention, these sound absolutely fantastic and are one of the top sets of speakers at this price point. For my display, I'm using a curved 34-inch Alienware monitor that I absolutely love. It makes it so much easier to edit videos with a display this big. Not to mention, the color science is absolutely amazing. Along with its 3440 by 1440 display, it has NVIDIA G-Sync technology with 120Hz refresh rate that looks buttery smooth not only when gaming, but when also handling everyday tasks. I can't stress how relaxing it is on the eyes to have a refresh rate this smooth, especially when you're pixel peeping and color correcting all day during editing. The display itself is held up by a single monitor desk mount from Eargear that comes in at around $30. It's super sturdy and makes it easy to move this monitor around if I ever need to. Not to mention, it takes up almost no space and makes it easy to hide any cables connecting to the back of this display. Right under the monitor, we have one of my favorite pieces of tech. It's from a company called Lametric. You can set this guy up to do pretty much anything. Keep track of time, the weather, you can listen to Spotify or enjoy the visual equalizer. It connects with a ton of different apps, along with being able to have voice control with Google Assistant or your Amazon Echo. You can watch a live counter of your YouTube subscribers and Twitch followers. I mean, it does it all. You can customize this guy however you want. I'm sure you've seen it on a ton of other setups over the years, but this was a must for me in this build. It comes in at around $200 and it lets you sync it with your phone to help seamlessly connect your social media and other smart home apps to give you notifications whenever your heart desires. Now yes, I will make sure to leave all of this stuff linked down below for you guys, so don't panic. For my keyboard, we have the Roccat Vulcan 100. It's a mechanical keyboard that I just can't get enough of. Over the years, I've tested out hundreds of keyboards and none of them give me the same speed and feel as this guy does. It comes in at under $150 and I use this keyboard for not only gaming, but also editing. It's my main keyboard I also use up in the game room. I mean, I know a ton of you guys keep asking me about this. You should definitely check it out. You can fully customize this keyboard a ton of different ways in the Roccat software. It's super durable thanks to its anodized aluminum top plate with reinforced key switches that give you almost 17 million different color options to play with. Getting into my mouse, we have none other than the glorious Model O wireless. I just did a full review on this guy a week ago and I'm absolutely amazed at how responsive and light this thing feels. I used the wired version for over a year before this, and I can't tell you how much of a great experience it is to take that same piece of tech and now have it wireless. I did use the Logitech MX Master 3 before, and even though a ton of you people love that mouse, I feel like this is way better suited for me. Not to mention, if I ever want to go ahead and switch over for gaming, I have the perfect gaming mouse as well. It comes in at 80 bucks, which is a fantastic price for this guy, and its design definitely complements this setup as well. You get a nice soft matte black finish to go with its super lightweight honeycomb design. It has full RGB customization available to you in the glorious software, and its battery life gives me almost a week of full use before having to go ahead and do a quick charge. I prefer not having the RGB colors turned on since it gives me that extra juice, and I have a ton of lighting in this setup as it is already, so it's really not necessary. Next up, you'll notice that I have the ultimate trifecta here. We have the new Sony CF Express card reader that gives me the ability to transfer those massive 4K and 8K video files super fast. Currently, I'm using it with my Sony a7S III until my Alpha 1 shows up. This is a must for you content creators looking to speed up your workflow of your new Sony Alpha cameras, and it's currently the only reader to complement Sony's CF Express Type A memory cards, so you kind of have to buy it. Well worth its $100 price tag. Next to that, we have the Seagate Firecuda, which is an absolutely fantastic external SSD that I have reviewed for you guys recently. It's super durable with customizable LEDs and read and write speeds of up to 2000 megabits per second. This is as fast as it gets for an external SSD that doesn't support Thunderbolt technology. Most of you looking for storage for your PS5 or your setup that doesn't support Thunderbolt yet, I feel like this is going to be your best bet in my opinion as far as external SSDs go. Next to that, we have the legendary Samsung X5 Thunderbolt SSD that sports read and write speeds of almost 3000 megabits per second. Transferring those massive files is a piece of cake for this SSD. It's super expensive, but honestly worth every penny. I've been using this guy for almost 2 years now, and it's saved me so much time that it's truly sickening. It's a bit larger than most of the other SSDs out there, and for good reason. You also have built-in security if you would like to go ahead and password encrypt this hard drive. Just make sure you don't forget your password, otherwise you'll have to pay Samsung a visit for their hackers to go ahead and unlock it for you. Now, I did just do a full review on the best external SSDs in 2021, so if that's something that you are looking for, I will make sure to leave that video link down below for you guys as well. Next up, we have some more peripherals. We have the Sony WH1000XM4S, which are my favorite headset by far to take with me everywhere that I go. I reviewed the AirPods Max a few weeks ago, and I just can't justify that headset over this one, especially when it comes to sound quality and price. These are half the price and now support multiple device support, which was one of the only complaints that I had with the XM3s. Now that we have that, I've got everything I need. They come in at under 300 bucks right now on Amazon and are a fantastic option for you guys looking for a dope over-ear headset. The battery life is over 30 plus hours, and it also has the best app out of any other headset that I've ever used. I mainly use it down here with this setup when I'm listening to my audio quality in Adobe Premiere Pro. I mean, it's super light, which makes it perfect for those longer editing sessions. Next to the Sonys, we have the Astro A50 Gen 4s. When I'm not editing, I like using this headset for gaming. It has the perfect stealth look to them to complement this setup, and they have been my favorite gaming headset for as long as I can remember. They sit conveniently in this dock that charges them when they're not in use, so I never have to worry about the battery life. They come in at 300 bucks, which is still rather expensive, but well worth it for me. Now, if you are looking for the best headset for your PC or your next-gen console, I did do a video a few weeks back that you guys absolutely loved. You showed a ton of support on it. I will make sure to leave that video link down below for you guys. It's truly inspiring that you guys take time out of your day to watch my videos, drop a comment, drop a like. It truly means a lot to me, and I can't thank you guys enough. Now, getting back to the front of the desk, we have my favorite microphone to use for doing voiceovers or for even streaming and recording other projects. Here we have the Shure MV7. It comes in at 250 bucks and can be used as either a USB or XLR microphone. It has a touch dial in the front allowing you to adjust your volume, and it's also super compact. It doesn't take up much space at all in this particular setup. It makes things ideal when you're trying to keep a streamlined workflow in your day-to-day tasks when you are recording. Everyone hates clutter, and this guy is perfect in my opinion. I have it sitting just off to the side here, being held up by this Samsung microphone boom arm that does extend up to 18 inches. The stand itself is also rather cheap. It comes in at 25 bucks and can be adjusted a few different ways to better suit your needs. For my chair, which I feel like is one of the most important parts out of any setup, we have the Hyken. This is by far one of the most comfortable chairs that I've ever used. I have a ton of different chairs to choose from, but for me, this is definitely my favorite. It's 6 times cheaper than a Herman Miller M-Body, and honestly feels the same to me. For 200 bucks, it's going to be hard to find a chair that's better than this one, and I strongly suggest you give it a try, seeing how your health should be your primary focus. When working from home, most people may not be moving around as much as before, and the last thing you need to add to your list of problems is waking up with back pain every morning. We've all been there before. It's not a good place to be. Getting to this massive 100-pound monster, we have my custom build that I'm already looking to upgrade thanks to AMD's new lineup of Threadrippers. This is a Corsair Obsidian 1000D Super Tower. This is the biggest tower you can go ahead and pick up currently. It's made to house both a gaming PC and a streaming PC in the same tower. That was its original idea when I bought it until the new OBS NVENC encoders became available and kind of made that idea obsolete. so instead of that, I now use it for editing. For specs, we have an i9 Extreme with 18 cores, liquid cooled, sitting on this Gigabyte Z390 Designator motherboard. It's one of my favorite motherboards thanks to its thermal design and Thunderbolt capabilities. It has 128 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance Pro RAM with a custom 2080 Ti water block for its graphics card. For storage internally, we have over 40 terabytes of Seagate Iron Wolf hard drives. Now I am almost out of storage, so we'll be looking at a server here pretty soon since I love keeping all my footage for future use in my videos. I also have 4 Samsung Evo 2TB SATA internal SSDs for my primary drives since they are a lot quicker than my larger ones. The liquid cooling is also custom from EKWB. We have 2 full-size radiators with 8 fans on the front, followed by multiple fans throughout the rest of the setup. Now the lighting is controlled all through the Corsair ICU software, which makes it a breeze to control all the different parts of this PC. I also do have a remote to go ahead and control the color of the fans whenever I want, based on the look that I am going for. As far as external lighting goes, we have a few strips of LEDs from Phillips Hue since that's what I use throughout pretty much all my rooms. I can control them all from my phone and set up different scenes based on the time of day or sequence that I'm currently looking for. One strip is inside the PC and one is hanging off the back of the countertop a few inches from the wall. It looks much more cleaner this way than casting it too close to the wall, causing you to see each physical LED light individually, which doesn't look good in my opinion. Now I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I love watching videos like this, and if you do too, make sure you let me know down below in the comments section along with any other questions that you might have. As I mentioned earlier, everything you saw in this video will be linked down below for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you smash that like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next episode. Peace.